Introduction. In previous class, we studied about events that are extremely likely and in fact are almost certain, and those that are extremely unlikely and hence almost impossible. We also talked about chance, luck, and the fact that an event occurs one particular time does not mean that it would happen each time. In this chapter, we try to learn how the likelihood of an event can be quantified. This quantification into a numerical measure is referred to as finding probability. What is probability? This estimation of probability is based on the results of an actual experiment. Then, these estimates are called experimental or empirical probabilities. The experimental probability of a head or a tail may settle down closer and closer to the numbers 0.5, that is 1 by 2. This matches the theoretical probability of getting a head or getting a tail. We will learn how to find the theoretical probability. Now, we discuss simple problems based on this concept. Probability, a theoretical approach. Let us consider the following situation. Suppose a fair coin is tossed at random. It is symmetrical so that there is no reason for it to come down more often on one side than the other. We call this property of the coin as being unbiased. By the phrase random toss, we mean that the coin is allowed to fall freely without any bias or interference. We refer to this by saying that the outcomes head and tail are equally likely. Empirical probability P of E of an event is P of E is equal to number of trials in which the event happened by total number of trials. The assumption of equally likely outcomes is one of the assumptions that leads us to the following definition of probability of an event. The theoretical probability, also called classical probability of an event T, written as P of T, is defined as P of T is equal to number of outcomes favorable to T by number of all possible outcomes of the experiment. We usually simply refer to theoretical probability as probability. The definition of probability was given by Furey-Simon Laplace in 1795. Mutually exclusive events. Two or more events of an experiment where occurrence of an event prevents occurrences of all other events are called mutually exclusive events. Finding probability. This set of outcomes is called the sample space. We can say that the sample space of one toss is flower bracket H, T. For the experiment of drawing out of a ball from a bag containing red, blues, yellow and white ball, the sample space is flower bracket R, B, Y, W. Example. A bag contains a red ball, a blue ball and an yellow ball, all the balls being the same size. Manasa takes out a ball from the bag without looking into it. What is the probability that she takes a 1. Yellow ball, 2. Red ball, 3. Blue ball? Solution. Manasa takes out a ball from the bag without looking into it. So, it is equally likely that she takes out any one of them. Let Y be the event the ball taken out is yellow, B be the event the ball taken out is blue, and R be the event the ball taken out is red. Now the number of possible outcomes is equal to 3. The number of outcomes favorable to the event Y is equal to 1. So P of Y is equal to 1 by 3. Similarly, P of R is equal to 1 by 3 and P of B is equal to 1 by 3. Note: Number 1. An event having only one outcome in an experiment is called an elementary event. Number 2. All the elementary events and add them, we would get the total as 1. Number 3. In events like a throw of dice, probability of getting less than 3 and of getting a 3 or more than 3 are not elementary events of the possible outcomes. In tossing two coins, flower bracket, HH, HT, TH and TT are elementary events. Complementary events and probability. We denote the event not E by E bar. This is called the complement event of event E. In general, it is true that for an event E, P of E bar is equal to 1 minus P of E. Impossible and certain events. We know that there are only 6 possible outcomes in a single throw of this die. These outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Since no face of the die is marked 7, there is no outcome favorable to 7, that is, the number of such outcomes is 0. That is, the probability of an event which is impossible to occur is 0. Such an event is called an impossible event. Since every face of the die is marked with 6 or a number less than 6, it is sure that we will always get one of these when the dice is thrown once. So, the number of favorable outcomes is the same as the number of all possible outcomes, which is 6. So, the probability of an event which is sure or certain to occur is 1. Such an event is called a sure event or a certain event. Note: from the definition of probability P of E, we see that the numerator, number of outcomes favorable to the event E, is always less than or equal to the denominator, the number of all possible outcomes. Therefore, O is less than or equal to P of E is less than or equal to 1. Deck of cards and probability. A deck of playing cards consists of 52 cards which are divided into 4 suits of 13 cards each. They are black spades, red hearts, red diamonds and black clubs. Many games are played with this deck of cards. Some games are played with part of the deck and some with 2 decks even. The study of probability has a lot to do with card and dice games, as it helps players to estimate possibilities and predict how the cards could be distributed among players. Example: one card is drawn from a well-shuffled deck of 52 cards. Calculate the probability that the card will 1. Be an ace, 2. Not be an ace. Solution: well shuffling ensures equally likely outcomes. 1. There are 4 aces in a deck. Let E be the event, the card is an ace. The number of outcomes favorable to E is equal to 4. The number of possible outcomes is equal to 52. Therefore, P of E is equal to 4 by 52 is equal to 1 by 13. Well shuffling ensures equally likely outcomes. Number 2. Let F be the event, card drawn in not an ace. The number of outcomes favorable to the event F is equal to 52 minus 4 is equal to 48. The number of possible outcomes is equal to 52. Therefore, P of F is equal to 48 by 52 is equal to 12 by 13. Use of probability. We also know that when two players are playing, it is not that they win equal times. The probability of winning of the player or team that wins more often is more than the probability of the other player or team. We also discuss and keep track of birthdays. Sometimes happens it that people we know have the same birthdays. Can we find out whether this is a common event or would it only happen occasionally? Classical probability helps us do this. More applications of probability. Example, Harpreet tosses two different coins simultaneously. Say, one is of 1 rupee and the other of 2 rupees. What is the probability that she gets at least one head? Solution. We write H for head and T for tail. When two coins are tossed simultaneously, the possible outcomes are H, 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 T, T, H, T, T, which are all equally likely. Here, H, H means heads on the first coin, say on 1 rupee, and also heads on the second coin, 2 rupees. Similarly, H, T means heads upon the first coin and tail upon the second coin, and so on. The outcomes favorable to the event E, at least one head, or H, 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 T and T, H. So, the number of outcomes favorable to E is 3. Therefore, P of E is equal to 3 by 4. Since the total possible outcomes is equal to 4, that is, the probability that Harpreet gets at least one head is 3 by 4. Example, a carton consists of 100 shirts of which 88 are good, 8 have minor defects and 4 have major defects. Johnny, a trader, will only accept the shirts which are good, but Sujata, another trader, will only reject the shirts which have major defects. One shirt is drawn at random from the carton. What is the probability that 1. It is acceptable to Johnny. Number 2. It is acceptable to Sujata. Solution. One shirt is drawn at random from the carton of 100 shirts. Therefore, there are 100 equally likely outcomes. Number 1. The number of outcomes favorable to Johnny is equal to 88. Therefore, P of shirt is acceptable to Johnny is equal to 88 by 100 is equal to 0.88. Number 2. The number of outcomes favorable to Sujata is equal to 88 plus 8 is equal to 96. Therefore, P of shirt is acceptable to Sujata is equal to 96 by 100 is equal to 0.96. Example, 2 dice, one red and one white, are thrown at the same time. Write down all the possible outcomes. What is the probability that the sum of the two numbers appearing on the top of the dice is 1, 8, 2, 13, 3 less than or equal to 12? Solution. When the red dice shows 1, the white dice could show any one of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The same is true when the red dice shows 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. The possible outcomes of the experiment are shown in the figure. The first number in each ordered pair is the number appearing on the red dice and the second number is that on the white dice. Note that the pair 1, 4 is different from 4, 1. So, the number of possible outcomes n of s is equal to 6 into 6 is equal to 36. Number 1. The outcomes favorable to the event, the sum of the two numbers is 8, denoted by E or 2, 6, 3, 5, 4, 4, 5, 3, 6, 2. That is, the number of outcomes favorable to E is n of E is equal to 5. Hence, P of E is equal to n of E by n of S is equal to 5 by 36. Number 2. As there is no outcome favorable to the event f. The sum of two numbers is 13. So, P of f is equal to 0 by 36 is equal to 0. Number 3. As all the outcomes are favorable to the event g, sum of the two numbers is 12. So, P of g is equal to 36 by 36 is equal to 1.
మా వీడియో గనుక మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి. ఇలాంటి మరిన్ని వీడియోస్ కోసం మా ఛానల్ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోవడం మాత్రం మర్చిపోకండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ వాచింగ్.